My beloved child, if you believe this, like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you believe in God, type, I really love you, God. And if you believe in Christianity, kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. God bless you, my child. Type Amen.
My beloved child, I see your heart, the struggles you carry, and the desires you hold within. Every step you take, I walk beside you, feeling your pain, your joy, and every whisper of your thoughts. Know this, you are not alone in this world, and I, your Savior, have never left you. Even when you feel lost, I am here, close to you, guiding you through every trial. Trust that I am always near, even when the world seems to be falling apart. Understand, my dear one, that the challenges you face are not a punishment. They are part of a greater journey, one that will lead you to wisdom, strength, and ultimately, peace. I never promised you that life would be free from hardship, but I did promise that you would never face it alone. You are mine, and I will see you through. I have heard your prayers, felt the weight of your sorrow, and seen the silent tears you shed when no one is watching. I know the battles you fight in your heart, the questions that keep you up at night. It is in these quiet moments where fear and doubt creep in that I urge you to remember my love for you. It is unwavering. No matter the storms you face, my love remains constant. The world may try to define you by your mistakes, your failures, or the labels others place on you. But my child, you are not defined by your past. I see your future, the beautiful person you are becoming. Through every hardship, I am shaping you, refining you, making you stronger than you ever thought possible. You may not see it yet, but every trial is a step closer to becoming the person I always knew you were meant to be. Do not be afraid of your imperfections, for I am the one who created you in my image. You are unique, wonderfully made, and I take joy in the very essence of who you are. In a world that constantly tells you to be more, to do more, I ask you to simply rest in my presence. Let go of the weight you carry, the need to be perfect, the need to meet others' expectations. These are not burdens I have placed on you. Release them to me, and I will give you rest. You are precious to me, my beloved child. Never forget that. The world may seem harsh, and the road ahead may seem uncertain, but there is one truth you can hold on to, and that is my love for you. I am with you in every moment, and no matter where you go, I will follow you, guiding your every step. The path ahead may seem unclear, but as you walk with me, you will find your way. I want you to know that your struggles do not define you. It is your resilience, your faith, your ability to rise after every fall that speaks of your true strength. When you face adversity, remember that it is not the end of the story. Every setback is an opportunity for me to show you my grace, and every obstacle is a chance for you to grow. You are not who the world says you are. You are who I say you are. I call you worthy. I call you loved. I call you mine. Every moment that you feel weak, remember that in your weakness, my strength is made perfect. Trust me with your fears and your dreams. When you feel like giving up, look to me, for I will be your refuge and strength, a present help in times of trouble. My child, I understand the weight of your doubts. I know how easy it is to be consumed by the opinions of others, to seek validation in places that only leave you feeling empty. But let me remind you, you were created with a purpose, and I have plans for you far greater than you can imagine. Trust in my timing and my plan, even when it seems difficult to understand. I am working behind the scenes, even when you cannot see it. Take a moment to pause and reflect on your journey. Look back and see how far you have come. Every step you've taken, every lesson you've learned, has brought you closer to the person you are meant to be. You may have stumbled, but you got back up. And that, my child, is something to be proud of. I know the desires of your heart. I see your dreams, your hopes for the future, and I want you to know that they are not too big for me. Nothing is impossible with God. Trust that I will make a way where there seems to be no way. And when the door seems closed, know that I will open another, one that is perfect for you. The challenges you face today will not last forever. Just as the seasons change, so too will your circumstances. There will come a day when you look back on this season of your life and you will see how far you've come. The struggle will fade, and in its place will be a testimony of my faithfulness and love. You may feel overwhelmed at times, but I am here to remind you that I carry your burdens. The weight you are carrying is not yours to bear alone. Lay your burdens at my feet and let me carry them for you. Trust that I am working everything out for your good, even when you cannot see it. My plans for you are filled with hope, with a future that is brighter than anything you could imagine. Do not fear, my child, for I am with you. I am the light that shines in the darkness, peace that surpasses all understanding. When you feel uncertain, turn to me. I will give you the peace that you seek, the strength to move forward, and the wisdom to know what steps to take. You are never alone. In the quiet moments, listen for my voice. I speak to you in the whispers of your heart, in the stillness of your soul. It is there, in the silence, that I reveal my presence most clearly. When you take time to be still, you will feel my love surrounding you, and you will know that you are not forgotten. So, my beloved child, I encourage you to take heart. You are on a journey, and while it may seem long and difficult, it is a journey that will lead to peace, joy, and fulfillment in me. Trust that I am with you every step of the way, and I will never leave you. Keep moving forward, even when the road is tough. Keep trusting, even when it seems like nothing is happening. I am at work in your life, even when you cannot see it. I will finish the good work I have started in you, and I will bring you to a place of blessing, peace, and joy. Keep your faith strong and never lose hope. I am your God, and I will guide you through it all. Keep your faith strong and never lose hope. I am your God, and I will guide you through it all. But here's something I want you to understand, my precious child. Sometimes the path ahead will seem like it's shrouded in fog, and you will not know which way to turn. You will ask yourself, why is this happening to me? And you will be tempted to give in to the pressure, to stop moving forward because the road seems too steep, the burden's too heavy. But I want to tell you, in these moments of uncertainty, this is where your faith is tested. Yes, faith is not just about believing when the sun is shining, but about trusting me when the storms come. When everything seems uncertain, your trust in me can move mountains. This is where you will discover the true depth of your heart. This is where your story begins to transform, from one of doubt and struggle to one of strength and victory. You don't realize it, but every tear you shed is watering the ground beneath your feet. And in due time, you will grow, you will bloom, and you will rise. Now let me ask you something. Do you believe that I am working behind the scenes for your good, even when you don't see it? Do you trust that I will open doors at the perfect time, or will you choose to stay in the place of fear and doubt? You see, my beloved, I've created you for greater things than you can imagine. What you see today, the challenges you're facing, they are but a small part of a bigger picture. Listen closely, for this is important. You are not meant to stay where you are forever. The very place you're in now is temporary. It is a stepping stone leading you to something far greater. You might not be able to see it now, but trust me, your future is filled with promise and hope, and I am the one who will make it happen for you. The moment you release your grip on fear and control and surrender it to me, you will start seeing doors open. Opportunities will flow, joy will come. But it all begins with you taking that step of trust. It's easy to get caught up in the pressures of today, to look around and see how others are thriving while you may feel stuck. You might wonder, why am I not seeing the results I want? But let me tell you this, the process you're in, the waiting, the patience, it's part of your spiritual growth. When you trust me, it's not just about your circumstances changing, but about your heart being changed. Every delay is not a denial, it's a preparation. I am molding you, I am shaping you, so when the blessings come, you will be ready to handle them. I know the weight you carry. The dreams you hold in your heart may feel heavy at times, especially when the world around you doesn't seem to acknowledge them. You may feel unseen, but trust me, I see you. I see your struggles, your efforts, your heart. No dream is too big for me. Nothing is impossible with God. I will open doors that no one can shut, and I will provide in ways that will astonish you. But here's the key, my child. It is not in your strength that you will rise, but in my grace. I am the source of your strength, and when you feel weak, I am strong. You are made for such a time as this, and though the path may be difficult, it is not impossible. There is greatness in you, and I will draw it out. What seems like a struggle now will soon turn into your testimony, and you will look back and see how far you've come. Do you know that you are a light to the world? You may think your light is dim, but I say to you, it is bright. There is something within you that can never be extinguished. You have been called to be a beacon of hope, to shine in places where darkness dwells. I did not create you to blend in with the crowd. I created you to stand out, to make a difference, to speak my truth with boldness and love. The world is waiting for you to rise, to walk confidently in your calling. You see, my child, there is so much more than meets the eye. Your story is not over. The trials you are enduring will eventually become the very foundation of your strength. You will help others through the things you've learned, the experiences you've overcome. You will be the voice of encouragement, the one who lifts others up because you understand what it means to struggle, to fight, and to win. This is just the beginning, and you may be tired now, weary from the fight. But let me assure you, you are stronger than you think. The strength I have given you is not just physical, it's spiritual. It is resilience that will carry you through, and I will never let you go, even when the road feels too difficult. So I want you to take a moment right now, wherever you are, and pause. Close your eyes and just breathe. Know that I am with you. I am filling you with my peace, with my strength, with my presence. You do not have to fight alone. You do not have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. Release it to me, and I will carry it for you. The world will try to convince you that you're not enough, that you can't handle what lies ahead. But I say to you, you are more than enough. You have everything within you to overcome. You are equipped with everything you need to rise above your circumstances. I have given you the power of my Spirit, and through that power, nothing will stand against you. Now let's talk about faith. Faith is not just about believing when things are easy. Faith is choosing to trust me when the storm is raging. Faith is stepping out when the path is uncertain. It's trusting in my plan, even when it doesn't make sense. Faith is believing that I am working all things for your good, even when you don't see it right away. Let me ask you this. What would happen if you chose to believe in my promises more than you believed in your doubts? What if you decided right now to trust that I will provide? What if you took a step forward, knowing that I am guiding your every move? What if, instead of focusing on the obstacles, you focused on my power, my ability to move mountains for you? This is your invitation, my child, to step out in faith, to believe that there is more waiting for you. The breakthrough you've been praying for is closer than you think. But it all begins with one choice: to trust me fully and completely with your heart, your fears, and your future. I have never failed you, and I will not start now. So take heart, my child, and remember, your story is far from over. The best is yet to come. Keep moving forward even when it seems hard. Keep trusting even when you can't see the next step. I am with you, and I will never leave you. Keep moving forward even when it seems hard. Keep trusting even when you can't see the next step. I am with you, and I will never leave you. Now pause for a moment. Think about the journey you've been on. Every day you've taken steps, sometimes small, sometimes large, but always forward. And even when it felt like you were standing still, my child, you were moving closer to your purpose. Growth doesn't always happen in the way you expect. It often happens in the quiet, in the moments where you feel like nothing is changing. But trust me, transformation is happening inside you. Every challenge, every setback has been preparing you for the person you are becoming. What may seem like a detour or delay in your plans is actually part of the divine blueprint I've created for your life. What you're facing today is nothing compared to what you are destined to achieve. Trust that every step is taking you closer to the future I've already prepared for you. So if you feel like your circumstances aren't aligning with your dreams, let me remind you, the vision I've given you, the one that keeps you awake at night, the one that burns in your heart, is not a mistake. I placed it there for a reason. And the dreams that you hold, even if they seem distant right now, are a reflection of the greatness I have placed within you. Don't let the delay fool you into thinking it's a denial. What I have for you is far greater than anything you can imagine. You see, life's journey is not a straight path. There are twists and turns, detours and obstacles, but that doesn't mean you're off track. Those who journey with me, my child, find that the bumps in the road are not meant to stop them, but to shape them. I am the God who makes a way when there seems to be no way. Even in the wilderness, I will provide the path, the provision, and the peace you need. Trust that I will lead you to where you need to be at the right time. Now I know you may be asking, how do I continue to trust when it feels like nothing is happening? Here's the truth. Trust is a daily choice. It's not something that happens overnight. But when you choose to trust, when you choose to keep moving forward even when it's hard, you are stepping into your calling. You are becoming the person I've always known you could be. And even in the silence, even when the road feels uncertain, I am at work. Sometimes the hardest part is the waiting. I understand that. Waiting can feel like the hardest thing to do, especially when you want to see results now, when you want answers immediately. But remember this, waiting is not wasted time. In the waiting, I am refining you. I am preparing you for the breakthrough that is coming. Don't rush the process, for it is in the waiting that your strength is built, your patience is tested, and your faith is deepened. So how do you keep going when you feel like giving up? How do you stay grounded in faith when everything around you is falling apart? Here's what I want you to know. It's not about having all the answers. It's about trusting in the one who holds the answers. I have the plans for your life, and they are good plans, filled with hope, filled with a future that is brighter than you can imagine. Trust that I will reveal each step at the perfect time. You may feel overwhelmed right now, and that's okay. There are times in life when the weight feels too much to bear. There are moments when you will wonder if you have the strength to keep going. But let me assure you, my child, you do. You have been equipped with everything you need to face the challenges ahead. It's not about your strength, it's about my strength working through you. I will provide the strength, the courage, and the wisdom to keep moving forward. The key is to remain focused on the goal, not on the obstacles. The distractions, the difficulties, they are just temporary. You are walking towards something far greater. Keep your eyes on what lies ahead, not on the hurdles you see in front of you. And when the path seems unclear, remember that I am the light that will guide you. Trust that every step you take is leading you to a place of promise, of blessing, and of purpose. What would happen if you believed that you are capable of more than you think? What would happen if you fully embrace the person I've called you to be? Too often we sell ourselves short, thinking we're not good enough, or not capable enough, or not worthy of the dreams in our hearts. But I say to you, you are more than capable, more than worthy, because I have created you for greatness. You are a child of the King, and no obstacle is too great for you to overcome. If you trust me, you will see things happen in your life that you never thought possible. Doors will open, hearts will be healed, and you will experience a peace that surpasses all understanding. But it all starts with trust. It starts with believing in my promises and taking each step forward with confidence. I will make a way for you, even when the path seems unclear. I want you to know this today. Your story is not over. In fact, it's only just beginning. What you're going through right now is just a chapter, not the final page. The chapters ahead are filled with hope, restoration, and transformation. I am writing your story, and it is one of beauty, one of victory, and one of grace. You may not see the whole picture now, but trust me, when you look back, you will see how every detail fits perfectly into the masterpiece I am creating. So don't be afraid to keep going. Even if you feel tired, keep moving. Even if you feel lost, keep trusting. I am with you, and you are never alone. The best is yet to come. What I have in store for you is beyond anything you can imagine. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Keep moving forward in faith, and you will see my promises come to life in your life. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Keep moving forward in faith, and you will see my promises come to life in your life. There are moments in life when everything feels like it's spiraling out of control. You may wonder if you're doing enough or if you're even on the right path. You might feel like you're running on empty, wondering how much longer you can go. But let me assure you, Even when you feel weak, even when you feel tired, it's in those moments that I am carrying you. I am the one who gives you the strength you need, and I will never let you fall. But here's the challenge. Don't stop believing when it's hard. Don't stop moving forward when the path is unclear. The best things in life don't come easily. They come through perseverance, through choosing to trust even when you don't see the results yet. And the reason why you should keep going is simple. What's ahead is worth it. It's in the moments of challenge that your true potential is unlocked. You are being prepared for something greater than you can see right now. You may not realize it, but every single struggle is a part of your story. Your testimony of how you've overcome, how you've stood strong in the face of adversity. And it's in those moments where your faith is stretched to its limits that you become stronger. I want to remind you, you are not defeated, you are being refined. The trials you face are not signs that you are failing, they are signs that you are growing. I am building your character, shaping you into someone who can carry the weight of the blessings I am preparing for you. It's not about the struggle, it's about how you respond to it. Do you choose to trust? Do you choose to move forward, knowing that I am with you every step of the way? But here's something I want you to truly understand. Victory is found in surrender. The world tells you to fight, to push, to do everything on your own. But I tell you, true victory comes when you surrender your plans to me. When you choose to let go of control and trust that my plans are far better than anything you could ever imagine. That's when the miracles start to unfold. Surrender is not weakness, it is strength. And this is where your true power lies. In trusting me, in surrendering, in letting go of your own understanding, and leaning into mine. Trust that I am a God of abundance, a God of grace, and a God who never leaves you. When you let go, that's when I step in. I will show you the way, I will provide, and I will lead you to the promises I've spoken over your life. You are not alone. Every moment you feel like you're carrying the weight alone, know that I am here, standing with you, ready to carry you through. You may wonder, why does it feel so hard sometimes? Why does it feel like the answers are slow to come? I want you to know that I am teaching you to trust not just in the good times, but in the quiet and even in the storms. It's easy to trust when everything is going well, but I want you to learn to trust me with the things you can't control, the things that don't make sense right now. That's when you see my power at work. Think of the seasons. There's a time to plant, a time to grow, and a time to harvest. Right now, in the place you're at, you may feel like you're just planting seeds. You may not see the fruit yet, but trust that it's coming. Every act of faith, every moment of surrender, every prayer is like a seed being planted in good soil, and at the right time it will grow. And when it does, you will see the harvest, the blessings, the peace, the joy, and the fulfillment that comes when you trust in me. So if you feel like your efforts are in vain, like you're stuck, like you're not moving forward, let me remind you, don't despise the small beginnings. It's the small acts of faith that lead to the big victories. Every prayer you pray, every step you take in faith is moving you closer to the breakthrough I have promised you. And here's the beautiful truth. You are not just waiting for your breakthrough is happening in the waiting. In the moments when you are waiting for answers, for changes, for miracles, know that I am preparing you. You are growing in the waiting, and that is where your foundation is being laid for what's to come. Don't rush the process. Trust that I am in control and that what I have for you is more than worth the wait. But I also want you to know that waiting does not mean doing nothing. Waiting on me is an active choice. It's about living in anticipation, about trusting that every step you take, every choice you make is leading you to the plans I have for you. Faith without action is incomplete. As you wait, continue moving in the direction I've called you. Keep pursuing the dreams I've placed in your heart. Keep seeking my presence, keep walking in faith, because in due time, you will reap a harvest. Let me say this, there is a time for everything. There is a time for sowing and a time for reaping, a time for rest and a time for action. Know the season you are in and trust that each season is necessary. You may be in a season of growth right now, and while it might not be easy, it's preparing you for something bigger, something better. The fullness of your destiny is being shaped by what you are learning in this season. So I ask you, my child, what will you do in this season? Will you keep trusting? Will you keep moving forward? I am not asking you to have it all figured out. I am not asking you to be perfect. I am simply asking you to trust. Step forward in faith, even if you can't see the whole picture yet. Because when you take that step, you will find that the ground beneath your feet is steady, and I will be with you every step of the way. The world tells you to fear the unknown, to fear what's ahead. But I tell you this, do not fear the unknown. I am the one who knows the end from the beginning, and I am leading you every step of the way. You are not walking into the unknown alone. I am already there, and I am preparing the way for you. Now take heart, my child, and be filled with courage. I am with you, and the plans I have for you are good. You are destined for greatness, and I will not fail you. Keep trusting, keep moving forward, and watch as I fulfill the promises I have spoken over your life. Keep trusting, keep moving forward, and watch as I fulfill the promises I have spoken over your life. You may be standing at the edge of uncertainty right now, looking into the vast unknown, wondering how everything will work out. But listen closely. The edge is exactly where you need to be. You see, sometimes we get so caught up in trying to find solid ground. But what if the edge is exactly where your breakthrough begins? Sometimes the leap of faith is the very thing that will launch you into the life I have promised for you. And here's the key. Leaps of faith are not about the size of the step, but the size of your trust. It's about believing that even when you can't see the ground beneath you, I will be the one to catch you. The moment you take that step, even with trembling legs and a questioning heart, is the moment I will meet you right where you are. You will never leap alone. When you trust, I will hold you, I will guide you, and I will lead you into a new season of growth, strength, and blessing. Now you may be asking, what if I fall? Well, my dear child, falling is not failure. Falling is part of the journey. It's through falling that we learn to rise. Every time you fall, it's an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to come back stronger. I will never leave you when you fall. Instead, I will lift you up. I will restore you. You don't have to fear the fall, because it's in those moments that you experience my grace in a deeper way. But here's another truth. Your calling, your purpose, your destiny is not just about you. It's about the lives you touch along the way. The challenges you face, the struggles you overcome, the lessons you learn, they are all part of a larger story. You are being shaped into a vessel that will carry my love, my grace, and my light into the world. When you rise, others will rise with you. When you stand firm in your faith, you create a pathway for others to follow. This is not just about you finding peace. It's about you becoming a beacon of peace for others. When people see your perseverance, your trust, your unwavering faith, they will begin to ask questions. They will want to know what gives you the strength to keep going, even when things get tough. And in those moments, you will be able to tell them about the one who has never left your side. You will be a testimony to my faithfulness. So don't just move forward for yourself. Move forward for those who are watching. The world needs you. The world needs your light, your love, your example of faith. Don't let the fear of failure hold you back from being the person you were created to be. Don't let self-doubt stop you from stepping into your destiny. Your life is more than just about you. It's about the impact you will have on others. You might be thinking, but what if I'm not ready? Here's the truth. You are more than ready. The moment I called you, I equipped you. The gifts, the talents, the abilities that I've placed inside you are more than enough for the task ahead. You don't have to wait for the perfect time. The time is now. The moment you step out in faith, I will begin to move in ways you cannot yet imagine. Trust in me with everything you have. Give me your doubts, your fears, your insecurities. Lay them all before me, and I will take them from you. I will fill you with my strength, and I will show you that you have everything you need to succeed in the plans I have for you. When you trust me, you will see that I have already gone ahead of you. I have already prepared the way. The journey ahead is not about what you can do on your own. It's about what you can do when you trust me to guide you. And what if you fail again? What if you fall once more? Don't be afraid to fail. Failure is not the end. It's part of the process. Failure teaches you resilience, perseverance, and the true strength that comes from relying on me. I am not calling you to perfection. I am calling you to trust. I am calling you to rise again and again, no matter how many times you fall. I will be there to pick you up every single time. But here's the beauty. Your journey is unique to you. Your story is not like anyone else's. And that's exactly how I intended it to be. The path I have laid for you is yours and yours alone. Don't look at others and think their journey is easier, or that their success came without struggle. Every person you admire has faced their own battles, their own challenges. You are not alone in your struggle. Others may look at your story and find strength in your journey, just as you find strength in theirs. Your journey is not just about where you end up. It's about who you become along the way. Every step, every challenge, every victory is shaping you into the person I've called you to be. I'm not just interested in your destination. I am interested in the person you are becoming. And I promise you, my child, the person you are becoming is someone amazing. You are growing stronger, wiser, more compassionate, and more filled with my love than you have ever known. And there will come a time when you look back and see all that you have overcome, all the growth, all the transformation. You will see that the road was never as difficult as it seemed when you were on it. You will see that every step, even the hardest ones, were part of my perfect plan for you. Your future is bright, my child. There is so much ahead of you, and it is more than you can even imagine. Keep moving forward in faith. Keep trusting me, even when the way isn't clear. You are going to see the fulfillment of every promise I have spoken over your life, and you will be a testimony to my goodness and my grace. You are not defined by your struggles, but by the strength I am building in you. You are not defined by your failures, but by your ability to rise again and keep trusting. You are not defined by your circumstances, but by my love for you. I see you, I know you, and I am with you. So trust in me. Step forward, one step at a time. Keep moving in faith and watch as I make a way where there seems to be no way. I will provide, I will protect, and I will guide you. You are never alone. You are loved, you are enough. Your future is in my hands, and it is filled with hope, joy, and peace. Keep trusting, keep moving forward, and you will see my promises come to life in your life. Your future is in my hands, and it is filled with hope, joy, and peace. Keep trusting, keep moving forward, and you will see my promises come to life in your life. Now, I want you to imagine for a moment, what would your life look like if you fully trusted that I am in control? Imagine living without the weight of fear, without the burden of uncertainty. What would it feel like if you embraced each moment, even the challenging ones, knowing that I have already prepared a way for you? That's the kind of freedom I offer you. Freedom from the stress, the worry, and the constant striving. I understand that in this world it feels like everything is always in motion, always demanding your attention. You may feel like you are constantly running to keep up, trying to balance everything, trying to make sure nothing slips through the cracks. But here's what I need you to hear today. You don't have to carry all of this on your own. You don't have to do it all by yourself. I am here, offering you my peace, my guidance, and my strength. All you need to do is let go of the need to control and let me take the lead. So many of you are fighting battles in your mind, worries about the future, doubts about your worth, fears about failure. And I want to tell you something powerful today. The battle is already won. The victory is already yours. But it starts with trusting that I have already fought the battle for you. Every challenge you face has already been overcome by me. All you have to do is claim the victory I've already secured. But here's where I need you to really hear this. The victory isn't just about the outcome, it's about the journey, the growth, the transformation, the lessons learned along the way. That's where the real victory is found. And it's in this very moment, in the midst of what feels like uncertainty, that you are growing into the person I've created you to be. Don't rush through the process, my child. There is beauty in the process. There is power in the journey. When you trust me fully, you allow me to guide you. And yes, the road will have its twists and turns, and there will be times when you feel lost or unsure. But I need you to understand that it's in those moments of uncertainty that you are learning to lean on me the most. I am building in you a deeper trust, one that is unshakable, no matter the storm that comes your way. Think about the way a tree grows. It doesn't just sprout up overnight. It starts small, buried deep in the soil, drawing its strength from the roots. Your roots are being strengthened right now, even in the challenges, even when it feels like you're stuck or stagnant. Trust that you are growing. Trust that you are being prepared for something far greater than you can see right now. You are like that tree. Your roots are growing deep, and when the time comes, you will stand tall, strong, and unshaken. And when you look back on this season, my child, you will realize just how far you've come. You will see that every struggle, every disappointment, every delay was part of the bigger plan I have for you. Nothing is wasted in my kingdom. Every single moment is being used to prepare you for the greatness that lies ahead. So I ask you today, will you trust me enough to keep going, even when the road ahead seems unclear? Will you choose faith over fear, trust over doubt, even when you can't see the whole picture yet? I know the world tells you to look at what's in front of you and focus on what you can see, but I'm telling you, my child, you don't need to see everything to believe. Faith is about trusting in the unseen, trusting that I am already at work, even when you can't see the full picture. You don't have to wait for the storm to calm down to believe in my goodness. You don't have to wait for everything to be perfect before you trust me. Faith is stepping out even when the storm is raging. It's in those moments when the wind howls and the waves crash that you will find my strength. I am the God who calms the storms, but I also allow the storms to shape you. Through the storms, you will find your strength. Through the challenges, you will discover your resilience. And when you come out on the other side, you will be stronger than you ever thought possible. And listen closely. Your victory is not just about you. Your breakthrough isn't just for you alone. It's for everyone around you. The way you rise, the way you stand firm, the way you trust me, it will inspire those around you. Your testimony will encourage someone else who is struggling. Your victory will become their hope. So don't keep your faith to yourself. Don't hide your strength. Share your journey, share your story, and as you do, you will become a light to others, showing them that if God can do it for you, He can do it for them too. This is why your journey matters so much. It's not just about your personal breakthrough, it's about how your breakthrough will bring glory to my name and light to the world. You are a reflection of my love, my grace, and my power. As you walk through your challenges and rise above them, you are revealing my glory to the world. Your life is a living testimony of what is possible when you trust in me. So keep going, keep trusting, keep believing. And when you feel weary, when the road feels too long, remember this: you are never alone. I am with you every step of the way. Every moment, every hour, every day, I am here, guiding you, strengthening you, walking alongside you. You will never face anything that I haven't already equipped you to overcome. As you continue on your journey, take a deep breath and know this: I am here and I will finish the good work I have started in you. Every setback, every delay, every challenge is part of the process. Trust that I am in control. Your future is bright. You are on the path I've set before you, and I will be with you every step of the way. Your story is not finished yet. There is so much more to come. I have plans for you, plans to prosper you, to give you a future and a hope. And when you look back on this season, you will see the incredible ways I've been working in your life. Trust the process. Keep moving forward in faith. Your story is not finished yet. There is so much more to come. I have plans for you, plans to prosper you, to give you a future and a hope. And when you look back on this season, you will see the incredible ways I've been working in your life. Trust the process. Keep moving forward in faith. Now, I want you to consider something for a moment. What if your current circumstances, your present struggles, are actually part of the very breakthrough you've been praying for? What if your pain is pushing you toward purpose? You may feel like you've been stuck, like you're wandering in a wilderness with no clear direction. But I want to assure you, the wilderness is not a place of defeat. It is a place of preparation. In the wilderness, I am refining you, shaping you into the person I've destined you to be. Think about the Israelites. They wandered for years, but it wasn't wasted time. In that wilderness, they learned to trust me in ways they couldn't have in any other place. The wilderness was necessary. It was in their weakness that I showed my strength. It was in their wandering that they discovered the power of my presence. Your wilderness, my child, is not wasted. You may feel like you're going in circles, but trust me, I'm preparing you for something greater. Your breakthrough is being built right now. The struggles you face today are shaping the person you will become tomorrow. The weight you're carrying, the challenges that feel so overwhelming are all part of the process. And I promise you, the reward will be worth it. But here's the thing. In the midst of your struggles, you must make a decision. Will you focus on the problem or will you focus on me? It's so easy to get caught up in the noise of life, the distractions, the worries, the doubts. But I want to remind you today, your focus is everything. When you focus on your problems, they will feel insurmountable. But when you focus on me, you'll see that your problems are nothing compared to my power. This is where faith comes in. Faith is not about pretending the problem doesn't exist. It's about trusting that I'm greater than the problem. Faith is not about the absence of struggle. It's about trusting that even in the struggle, I am with you. I will never leave you, and I will never allow you to face anything without providing the strength and guidance you need. Your faith in me is what empowers you to keep going when everything else tells you to stop. Think about it. Every great victory starts with a decision to believe, even when everything around you says it's impossible. That's what faith is all about. It's believing in the unseen. Even when you can't see the solution, you trust that I have already made a way for you. You may not know how, but you know that I will provide. You may not know when, but you know that my timing is perfect. When you trust me, you open the door to the miraculous. You allow me to move in ways you can't even imagine. So I ask you, will you choose to trust me with every area of your life? Will you surrender your fears and doubts to me? Will you stop trying to control everything and allow me to lead you where I've always intended for you to go? I know it's hard. I know the uncertainty feels overwhelming, but here's something I want you to remember. What you're facing now is temporary. The struggles, the pain, the confusion, it won't last forever. But my love for you will never fade, and the work I am doing in you will endure. The lessons you are learning now will equip you for the future. The strength you are gaining will carry you through the next season of your life and the one after that. I am with you in every season, whether you're in the valley or on the mountaintop. Now think about this. What if your current battle is the very thing that will open doors for someone else? Your journey isn't just for you, it's for those around you. Your testimony is powerful. The way you rise above your challenges, the way you lean on me in times of trouble, is a living example of my power. Your story will inspire someone else to trust me. So keep moving forward in faith, not just for your own breakthrough, but for the breakthrough of those around you. There are people watching your life, people who need to see your strength, your resilience, and your faith in action. You are a light in this world. You may not realize the impact of your life on others, but trust me, your faith is influencing those around you in ways you can't see. As you move forward, you're showing others the way. But I also want to remind you that it's okay to ask for help. I've called you to walk in community, and sometimes that means leaning on others for support. Don't be afraid to reach out to those who can pray with you, encourage you, and stand beside you. You are not meant to walk this journey alone. I've surrounded you with people who can help carry the burden. And when you're in need, don't hesitate to lean on the strength of others, just as they will lean on yours when they are struggling. And here's something else to consider. Every step you take is bringing you closer to your destiny. The small steps, the ones that seem insignificant, are the ones that add up over time. Even when you feel like you're not making progress, you are moving forward. I am working behind the scenes, orchestrating everything for your good. You may not see it now, but the seeds you're planting today will yield a harvest tomorrow. And what if I told you that the breakthrough you're waiting for is not just about receiving something, it's about becoming something? I'm not just preparing you for a moment of success, I'm preparing you for a life of purpose. The victories you will experience are not the end of the story, they are the beginning of a new chapter. What I have for you is bigger than you can imagine. Your purpose is greater than your struggles. So my child, I ask you again, will you trust me? Will you trust that I am at work in every area of your life, even when it feels like things are falling apart? Will you trust that I am making all things work together for your good? The road ahead is filled with promise. You may not know exactly what it looks like yet, but I do. Trust me to lead you. Trust me to open doors that no man can shut. Trust me to guide you through the unknown, because I am the one who knows the way. You will not walk this road alone. You will not walk this road alone. Have you ever felt like you're walking through a dark tunnel with no light at the end, unsure of how much further you can go? Maybe the weight on your shoulders feels unbearable, the challenges feel insurmountable, and you wonder if there's ever going to be an end to it. But listen closely, my child. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light is me. I know right now it may feel like you're surrounded by darkness, that you're trapped in a place where you can't seem to move forward. But here's the truth. The darkness is not your enemy. The darkness is just the place where transformation happens. It's in the darkness that I refine you. The struggles, the doubts, the fears you face are not here to break you. They are here to prepare you for the light that is coming. Do not fear the darkness. Trust that I am using this time to shape you, to build you, to strengthen you. When you are walking through your darkest moments, I want you to remember one thing. I am closer to you than ever before. You may not see me, you may not feel me, but I am right there walking beside you. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. And I promise you this, when you reach the other side, you will be stronger, more resilient, and more refined than you ever thought possible. This is the season of your transformation. You are in the process of becoming who you were always meant to be. And while that may involve challenges, pain, and hardship, it is all part of the plan. Your purpose is unfolding before your eyes, even when you can't see it. Every step you take, no matter how small it may seem, is moving you closer to your destiny. You are not stuck. You are being molded. So here's the question I want to ask you. What will you do in this season? Will you surrender your fear to me? Will you choose to trust that I am at work even when you don't understand? The enemy wants to distract you, to make you believe that you are alone, that the darkness will consume you. But I say to you, you are not alone, and the darkness will not last forever. The light is coming, and the light will shine brighter than ever before. You may feel small, like your efforts are insignificant in the grand scheme of things. But let me remind you of something. Nothing you do for my kingdom is ever in vain. Every prayer you pray, every step you take in faith, every decision to trust me, even when it's hard, is planting seeds of greatness. Those seeds will one day bear fruit, and that fruit will impact generations to come. So don't be discouraged. Keep planting those seeds, even when you can't see the harvest yet. The harvest is coming. The breakthrough is coming. I am working in the background, even when you can't see it. The very things you've been waiting for, the desires of your heart, are coming to fruition. Trust in the process. So trust in me. I will provide. But I also want you to know that your role in this process is not just to wait passively. Your faith is active. Every day you choose to trust me, every moment you decide to keep moving forward, you are making progress. It's like a marathon, not a sprint. You're running the race, but there will be times when you need to pause and rest, and that's okay. I am your strength. I am the one who refreshes you when you are weary. In this season, you don't need to have all the answers. In fact, I'm asking you to let go of the need to have everything figured out. Trust that I am writing your story, and you don't need to know every chapter to walk with me. Every twist and turn is part of the beautiful narrative I'm creating. I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, to give you a hope and a future. But here's something else I want you to hear today. Your past does not define your future. The mistakes you've made, the failures you've experienced, they do not disqualify you from what I have in store for you. I don't define you by your past, I define you by your potential. And right now, I am calling you to rise up and walk boldly into the future I have already prepared for you. Think about the people who have inspired you the most, those who have overcome incredible challenges, those who have stood firm in their faith despite the odds. What if their victory wasn't in spite of their struggles, but because of them? What if they were able to stand strong because of the very things that seem to be breaking them? Your struggles are shaping you. They are preparing you to be a light for others. When you overcome, when you rise above, you will be able to help others do the same. And this is key. Don't waste your struggle. Don't let it be something that simply brings pain. Let it be something that refines you, strengthens you, and draws you closer to me. The purpose of your struggle is not for you to endure in silence, but for you to rise. And as you rise, others will rise with you. But what about those days when it feels like nothing is happening? When you pray and you don't hear an answer, or when you wait and still nothing changes? Here's the thing I want you to understand. The waiting is not wasted. The waiting is the time where I am preparing you for what's ahead. You may not see it now, but every moment you spend in anticipation, in trust, is making you ready for the breakthrough that is coming. Your faith is being strengthened in the waiting. You are being molded in the waiting. The waiting is part of the plan. So what do you do while you wait? You keep trusting. You keep moving forward. Even when it feels like you're not making progress, trust that you are. You keep your eyes on the promise, not on the problem. You keep your heart focused on me, knowing that I am faithful to fulfill every promise I've made. The time will come when you look back and you will see how perfectly everything fits together. And you will see that every single moment of waiting was worth it. Here's the challenge for you today. Keep trusting even when you can't see it. Keep trusting even when the road is long. Keep trusting even when the doubts creep in. Faith isn't about seeing the end of the road. It's about trusting the one who is leading you along the way. I am with you, my child, every step of the way. The road ahead may still be uncertain, but you can walk it with confidence. You are not alone. I am with you now, and I will be with you always. You have a future full of hope, a future that is beyond what you can even imagine. You are walking into a destiny that is already prepared for you. Your best days are ahead of you. So today, let's make a choice. Let's choose to trust. Let's choose to keep moving forward, because the best is yet to come. So today, let's make a choice. Let's choose to trust. Let's choose to keep moving forward, because the best is yet to come. You may not see it yet, but your moment is coming. The struggles you faced, the seasons of waiting, all of it is leading you toward a breakthrough. Don't let the moment of your breakthrough slip by, because you are too focused on the obstacles in front of you. It's easy to get distracted by the trials, but remember that you are being refined through them. The very thing you're going through is preparing you for what's ahead. There is something about the process of waiting that is often misunderstood. Waiting is not passive. Waiting is not about sitting idly and hoping for change. Waiting is an active part of the process. It's where you choose to take every step forward, even when the path is unclear. It's where your faith grows stronger because you keep moving, trusting that God's promises are bigger than your present circumstances. Think about it. The waiting season is where your character is being shaped, your faith is being tested, and your trust is being deepened. Every step you take, even the smallest one, is part of something greater than you can see. And God is using this time to prepare you for the blessings that are coming. Don't miss the lessons that come with the waiting, because it's in those moments of tension, of holding on, of persevering, that you are becoming who you were always meant to be. So let me ask you, how do you view waiting? Is it something that frustrates you? Does it make you feel like you're losing time? Or do you see it as a time of preparation, a time of growth, and a time where God is doing the hidden work that will allow you to step into your destiny with confidence? This shift in perspective will change everything for you. The truth is that you are right where you need to be. Even if you don't understand the full picture right now, I need you to know that God's timing is perfect. He is never early, never late. He is always on time. His ways are higher than ours. What may seem like a delay is often God's way of getting you ready for something greater. What you see as a setback is simply a setup for your comeback. And speaking of comebacks, I want to remind you of something powerful. Failure is not the end. Too often, we get caught in the idea that when we fall, we are done for. But I'm here to tell you, falling is not failure. It's part of the journey. When you fall, you get back up, and every time you do, you grow stronger. You are not defined by your mistakes. You are defined by your ability to rise. Failure teaches you resilience. It teaches you how to persevere when things get tough. It teaches you how to lean on God's strength when you feel weak. Failure refines you, so don't be afraid of it. Instead, embrace it as part of your story. And know this: the God who allowed you to stumble will be the same God who helps you rise. You are not alone, and you are never beyond redemption. Your failure does not define you, your faith does. And it's in those moments, those failures, those valleys where you will find God's grace in its fullest form. Grace is the strength that empowers you to get back up again. Grace is the assurance that no matter how many times you fall, I am here to pick you up. Grace is the truth that you are never beyond God's reach, and nothing you face can separate you from His love. His grace is sufficient for you, and in your weakness, His strength is made perfect. But here's where things get even more exciting. You are not just a recipient of grace, you are a vessel of grace. The grace you receive is meant to flow through you. You are called to be an agent of change, a vessel of hope to those around you. The victory you walk in today is not just for you, it's for the people in your life who need to see someone walk through adversity and come out stronger on the other side. Your story is a testimony to the goodness of God. So don't shrink back from your story. Don't be afraid to share what God has done in your life. There are people waiting for someone to show them that it's possible to rise above life's challenges. Your testimony is the key that unlocks freedom for someone else. You might not realize it, but when you share the trials you've overcome and the strength you found in Christ, you are showing someone else that they too can overcome. Your journey becomes a beacon of light for others who are lost in their own darkness. Your victory becomes their hope. And here's another thing. You are not alone in your journey. I know there are times when you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, and it feels like you're walking this road by yourself. But I want to remind you, you are part of the body of Christ. You were never meant to walk this path alone. You have brothers and sisters in Christ who are walking with you, even if you don't see them. And sometimes you may need to lean on them for support, and sometimes they may need to lean on you. That's the beauty of community. We are all in this together. So let me ask you again, will you trust God in every season? Will you trust Him when it's easy? And will you trust Him when it's hard? Will you continue moving forward even when it feels like the road is long and winding? Will you trust that He is leading you to something greater than you can see? Because I promise you this, the best is yet to come. Your future is filled with hope. There is joy ahead. There is peace waiting for you. There are blessings that you can't even imagine. And even in the hardest moments, God is still at work. He is still working all things together for your good. So keep trusting, keep believing, keep moving forward, knowing that the victory is already yours. Your breakthrough is coming. Your victory is coming. The promises of God are yes and amen. Keep your eyes fixed on Him and let the journey lead you to a place of deeper faith, greater strength, and a life that reflects His glory. The best is yet to come, and it's all in God's perfect timing. Amen.